on the beginning.
I know. It's fine.
And I can actually trim it, but... Okay. Hi, and welcome to Wine Through It. This is our second episode of our podcast. I'm Christy.
I'm Karen.
I'm Christina.
And today we're going to be talking about our love languages and just some other fun things that some of us have ordered and done since our last episode.
So who wants to go first?
So to start with, we all took a love language test, and we'll put the link down below.
Yep.
It's free. And
It's 30 questions?
yeah, it's 30 questions. Yeah. Some of them are redundant, and some of them they're hard to choose between. But I think for us, it kind of worked out right.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to talk about what's your top one?
Sure. Let me just pull it up. So for me, my top is quality time. And then it's acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, and then receiving gifts is like only 3%, which I kind of figured because I hate having people buy me things. I'm the one who likes to spoil, so that makes sense.
Mine is, so my top is quality time, and then words of affirmation, physical touch, which I honestly thought those two would be flipped. And then acts of service and receiving gifts, for me is low. It's like 7% because I'm the same. Like, I appreciate it if someone wants to give me a gift, but I don't expect it. It's not something that I don't look forward to or expect someone to give me a gift.
Sorry, Rex has decided he wants to come in.
He wants to join in.
So my top was quality time, which I think it's funny we all have quality time. Then it was acts and service. Then mine was receiving gifts. Then words of affirmation. Then physical touch.
I thought words of affirmation would be higher for you.
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I took this the last time, which was probably about 6 years ago, my top one was quality time and words of affirmation. So I'm surprised that words of affirmation has fallen so much.
Yeah.
Rex,
We've got to leave this in. We're leaving this in. This is going to be in. Come on, buddy.
come on. Oh my God. 1 minute.
Please hold. We're having some technical difficulties.
Come on, get down. Okay.
And back to our regular program.
So 6 years ago, my top one was quality time and words of affirmation. And I think based on my last relationship, I think that's why mine have kind of changed now. Mm-hmm. Because I think what you were lacking in your last relationship is probably some of what you pick when you're doing the test this time around.
Yeah.
So I think that's why mine changed. Did any of yours surprise you? Not really.
For me, no.
For me, I thought physical touch would be more than words of affirmation, but I think, I love a good hug. But for me, I think someone saying like, "Oh, I'm proud of you," or "Oh, how was your day?" Like asking me, talking to me, telling me,
showing interest
that I'm doing good things, or "Oh, I'm proud of you for this." I think that's become more important. And as I get older, there's just some things that I don't care much about anymore. Like I live by myself, so acts of service, like there's nobody there to wash my dishes or take the garbage out. I do it myself. So maybe when there is somebody, that will be higher on the list. But as of right now, it's not.
Well, and I think it's funny that quality time is the top for all of us.
For all three. But I think that makes
a lot of sense.
I've gotten older. That's what I appreciate.
We're about actions over words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that's pretty much what it's become. Like that's become the standard mantra of like anything. Actions over words. Mm-hmm. Actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could say you want to spend time with me and you want to do this and do that,
But
if you're
actually
not
spending
doing
time,
it.
right.
Exactly.
Right. Talk is cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then you guys did some fun stuff that I didn't do. But you did a reading.
I did.
Yep.
I did a reading.
What kind of reading was it?
It was more like an astrology type reading. And it was interesting in that she told me some things that I never, or not that I never, things that I don't know how they're going to come to fruition. So
They kind of stumped you.
yeah.
They
So
weren't
she,
like a generic, this is what's going to happen.
I mean, in some sense, you could say, oh, it's just generic. Like she saw me getting, moving up at work, getting more responsibility and higher pay, which I just started this job in May. So I'm still learning the ropes. It's a whole new industry than what I was in previously. So I am
That could
still
easily happen.
having,
for sure.
having no idea really what I'm doing.
That's also what everybody wants.
But learning
though, too.
every day, and learning every day for me, I love to learn. So for me, learning is huge. And then she saw me moving, which I don't see myself moving because I like where I am. And I don't have any
unless we can all
plans
get
to
a
do
place
anything.
to, like,
But I mean, if
move in.
if there's if there's like
Like,
a
in-law
threeplex or
situation,
something,
yeah.
let's go. You got a pool, you got a hot tub in your garage. Let's go. I've got a fire pit. You got a fire pit.
How
We'll just
redneck
make a
did
big
that
one.
sound?
I don't
I got a
care.
hot tub
I don't
in
care.
my garage. I got a hot tub in my garage.
I mean,
Where else was I going to put it so I could use it and not be freezing cold in winter?
it's fine. There are people that have worse things in
I
their
know.
garage. So a hot tub is not the worst thing you could have in your garage. You've got a fire pit. I've got a fire pit. We need to get
I got
Christina.
the wine.
Christina's
Yeah, you
got
got
wine.
I got the wine.
So I mean, if there was like a triplex or whatever, let's do this, ladies.
We'd be set.
We would so be set. But yeah, so my reading, it was very interesting. So I don't know if those things are going to come to fruition, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Did she say anything about dating?
She may. So yes.
Do you care to elaborate? Or no?
She told me to have fun.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It's always good.
So, working on that.
She gave you permission. Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
She asked the psychic's permission.
Yeah.
Good time.
She told me to have fun. It's not like, she doesn't see anything serious right now, which, okay, I'm fine with that. And so I'm having fun.
Good for you. I'm doing nothing.
Same here. Same here.
Well, I didn't say I was having fun with other people.
I am single as a Pringle.
I mean, same, but it's okay.
And then you did something fun.
So, I got suckered in watching all those TikToks and all those ads.
We have all been influenced by TikTok
Yes,
Shop.
Yes.
Especially in the last 2 months.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So I was curious,
I
and
bought
I
protein
did.
bars.
I saw that TikTok.
But I'm sitting here eating candy.
It's
But I bought protein
fine.
bars.
It's fine. Okay, back to your fun,
Sorry.
your fun
That's
thing.
okay. So I did the soulmate sketch, and it also came with a tarot card reading where they picked 5 tarot cards that relate to my soulmate.
Okay.
So they have not seen my soulmate yet.
We have not.
So knowing what my normal type is,
Oh, boy.
which is usually, we'll just call them douchebags. And they're usually muscular. I like the bald guys. So this is my soulmate. Just zoom in a little.
What? That's interesting.
So that's
Very.
my soulmate sketch. First
mean,
thing I
he's
thought of
cute.
when I opened it was he looks like he's on a wanted poster.
He looks more my type.
Yeah. So interesting to see if I actually end up with anybody who looks like this.
And what did the
But if
cards
you know
say?
anybody who
Yeah.
looks like that, feel
Let us
free.
know.
Send
Feel
him our
free.
way.
Comment
Comment
below.
below. Yep. Link his name. Link anything.
Yeah.
anywhere. Yes.
Does he look like someone you know?
Send a
Let's
link.
make a love
Let
connection.
me know, please. So I got 5 tarot cards, and they all relate to my soulmate. So the first one is his character, and I got the Knight of Hearts.
Okay.
So basically, it means that he's full of romance. He's sensitive. He's sincere.
I got it. Your guy's in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Perfect guy.
Is it like in
The
that
one on the-
Netflix one
He
that
doesn't- he
just
doesn't
came
exist.
out?
You're-
Where
you're-
the
so
guy
your
was,
guy- you're-
he's
he
made of
doesn't exist.
snow.
Yeah, that's
The
probably
one
it.
that just
Yeah,
came
and
out.
then
Is that
melts
one
away at
hot,
the end.
hot frosty or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to watch
Yeah.
it.
So that's basically where my guy is, outside in the wilderness somewhere, melting.
Or he's in a book. You know, he's in a book.
So apparently
Oh,
he's going to be a loyal partner. Well, it's just not my type. He's also compassionate towards people they love and tries to understand them deeply.
Okay.
Okay, and then the next card is When We'll Meet, and I got the Sun card.
When's that?
So the Sun card is the most positive card in the deck and indicates that it's going to be a period of brightness, happiness, and energy coming into my life. This card suggests that the time for you to meet may be during a warm and bright time of year, especially in the summer. So
you got
okay.
you got
I
some
got
time.
like, you know,
Got a
6
few
months.
guys. You have some time to find that guy.
Yep.
Okay.
So it says this meeting will bring you into an atmosphere full of energy and happiness. It also indicates a beginning of positive period both in my life and his life.
Okay.
So hopefully. So then the meeting place. This I found very interesting.
Oh god.
Not
So-
in a gated community.
Not a gated community. No. This one's even better.
Oh Lord.
So I got the Trio of Wands. So the Trio of Wands
Harry
is
Potter?
about broad perspective, new experiences, and journeys.
What is it?
It says broad perspectives, new experiences, and journeys.
Portugal or the UK?
It says this card indicates that you will meet your soulmate in a more distant, unexplored, or special place rather than an ordinary setting.
Oh.
The energy of the Trio of Wands
So we really
symbolizes
got to go to Italy.
yeah, symbolizes new places, learning about different cultures and perspectives. Therefore, it seems possible you will meet your soulmate perhaps during a business trip, vacation, or other exploration.
Okay. Well, you didn't meet him while I was on my business trip.
No, I did not.
True.
So we could go on a field trip with our podcast and go wind through it in Italy.
Yep. So I found that very interesting because I
Yeah.
was like, I do like to travel.
In a Hallmark movie.
In a Hallmark movie, they're always traveling.
See, you could
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
miss my
meet him
plane
in a
somewhere.
Hallmark.
Get
You gotta go.
stuck there.
Yes, you gotta go get stuck in a little town,
Podunk Town.
and then he's just gonna pop up. He's gonna be like a shop owner or something, and you're gonna be like
Yep.
falling in love by the end of the movie and never being apart again. Yeah.
yeah.
So the fourth one is his profession. I got the Money Queen. And when I saw that, I was great. So am I the sugar mama then? I was like, wow, that would fit very nicely. So this represents that he is very reliable, hardworking, and a responsible person.
This is not your type either.
Nope.
No.
Nope. The appearance of this card indicates that your soulmate is someone who is skilled in financial matters, practical, and well-grounded in their work. He may work in finance, accounting, real estate, investment, or management. So I'm really hoping he manages properties overseas so we have summer homes.
Somewhere to go.
Great.
It also says that he is very financially stable. I was like, okay, that's not
Well, that's
my
different
normal.
than usual too. I like it.
So then the last card is our soul connection, and I got the Lover's card. So the Lover's card shows a deep connection and strong attraction between our two souls. When you meet your soulmate, you will feel a strong attraction between you, and not only physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Isn't that what we all want?
I mean, it'd be nice.
Yep. So this card indicates that you will be in harmony with each other and will have a strong bond. Both of you will have natural tendencies to understand and support each other. The love card shows that your relationship will develop into a two-way balance. Both of you will be honest and open with each other. Again, not my normal characteristic of guys I get.
Oh, okay.
So, and then it says, when you are with him, you will realize more of the beauty of life and transform into a better version of myself. So, again, if anybody sees him, feel free to send him my way, please.
Tag him down below. Send us
Yeah.
a link to his Instagram page or, anywhere.
So, I'm curious to see if this actually happens, if any of it is true or not. I'm curious.
What's
So
our
far,
time frame for this?
there's no time frame. That's the problem. And there's no initials. I might do the ones where they give you the initials.
Well, let's narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah, let's
more,
and
yeah.
see if this is the same photo too. I'm curious.
Oh, that would
I'm
be very
curious if
interesting.
we got it,
yeah.
what our photos look like.
Yeah. I don't
Would it
know.
be, like,
I feel like
way
it would be
different,
way
or would it
off.
be, like-
I feel like it would be way off for what I go for.
So this one took about 2 days. I got it via email. I interacted with her a little bit. She said if I had any questions, she can go into more detail. Obviously, there's a fee for that, but
Right.
I'm curious to see if I
So
actually.
how do they base this? Like, how does it work?
So I literally just wrote my name. I didn't even write my last name. They just want your first name, your date of birth, and then what city you live in, city and state, and that's it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
And
So-
you said you did this on Etsy?
On Etsy, yeah. Via TikTok shop, who suckered me in. So
What?
TikTok
I
shop
didn't
is
get
dangerous.
I didn't get any readings, but I did start counseling. Again.
that's always good.
Always a good thing.
I just figured, why not? I have, things I want to resolve, things I want to go through and work through. And so at least, she can hopefully help me through some of that. Some of it is going to be recognizing toxic relationships before they become a relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of see the red flags and you run towards them without realizing that it's a red flag.
But she's going to help me come up with questions to ask that might give me more information.
Okay.
Kind of field them in a different way and
Yeah.
weed through things. That's even when I'm ready to even start the apps again,
Which are absolutely positively
really
so
don't
much
like,
fun.
I don't enjoy dating, so
It's mainly entertainment purposes.
Yes, I send them lots and lots of screenshots of messages I get.
Because, I don't.
And apparently, a lot of them now are doing cartoon profiles. So, we're
AI.
into the anime now.
Yes, the cartoon character profile pictures are wonderful.
I would be very upset if I go to meet them and they're not that cartoon character because they yell at us for being not the same ones with the filters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honey, everybody knows it's a filter. Everybody knows it's a filter. Your makeup is not on point.
Oh, but I love
It's a filter.
I love that the guys use the filters.
Yes.
I love that. I know so many guys who have filters on their. I'm like, wow, okay.
Or they use pictures that are from high school and they're now in their
Yeah.
mid 40s and 50s. That's
Yeah.
not you. Not you.
That's very common as
Yep.
well. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to any of that. I don't want to do any of it. I'll just stay single, I think. I have my cats. I have my kids. I have wine.
She's got us.
And I've got friends and family and chocolate. Good. What else do you need?
But I mean, it is hard to meet people nowadays. You can't just go to the grocery store, start a conversation with somebody in the deli aisle, you know, like those Hallmark movies.
And how many are
not work that way.
how many are decent people?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
that was one thing during counseling that I found really interesting was she said to me, you know, she's like, through your talking, she's like, I can tell that you have like you feel people are good. And I was like, well, yeah. Like that's how I was brought up. That's
try to
how
see the good in
and that's
everybody.
how I am.
Yeah.
I always try to see the good in people to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like over and over to a fault, even though
Yes.
they've shown other things.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually said, she goes, but people aren't that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but how sad is that? And I said that. I was like,
Yeah.
but how sad is it that, like, I can't think people are good because most of them aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a really sad thing to face.
Well, I mean,
Like, I still don't feel good about that.
well, because you never know.
think you
Like,
ever can.
half of these guys say they're single, not married.
Oh, my
They're
God.
hanging out at the bars or even, you know,
I
grocery
think that's
shopping.
like my
You just never
biggest
know.
fear.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest fear is getting involved in with someone, and then finding out they have this whole double life. Being like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
I had no
Yeah.
idea. Like, but I feel like I would know. Like, there'd be red flags there. I feel like.
Yes, there definitely are. From my experience, you choose to not see them, and then you start making excuses
See, and
for
that's-
those.
That's
For-
what I'm
yeah.
determined not to do anymore. Like, I don't want to ignore those things. I don't want to be like, oh, well, that's only yellow. It's not red.
But we do
It's
that
orange.
because
It's creeping
we
towards
know
orange.
how hard it
More
is to
dangerous.
find somebody.
I know,
Yeah.
but
So we're like, do we put up with that?
But
little...
when people show us who they are, like that's the thing. I don't.
We should
I don't
believe them.
Think I want. Yes.
Yeah,
Believe
but we
what
don't. But
people
we
show
don't.
you.
We don't. Unfortunately, believe what
But
people
then-
are showing us.
But then why do we feel like we don't deserve that? Do we think we're never gonna find that, or that we just don't deserve that? And that's where I get in my head and I start overthinking.
I feel like it's a little bit of both.
See, I
Yeah.
think so too.
yes.
We want, I mean, not to say it, but we see all these shows, all these stupid movies.
Yeah.
We want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it doesn't, we're like, okay, well, that's a movie. Maybe, you know, this is all I can get. So I'll
Yeah.
put up with this for a little bit. But then you start
But
seeing
then we're
it goes-
hurting
yeah.
ourselves in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think
Dating-
I'm the
dating
same though.
sucks.
I get in my head and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
deserve this.
See,
I know I'm a good person.
I do think
but-
I deserve it. I just don't know if I'll ever find it.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. Like I totally think I deserve it. But then it's also part of me is thinking, oh well they'll change. And I
they never
need
do.
to start to realize, and I know this,
Yeah.
that the only way people change is if they want to change. Like you can't make someone change.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only date somebody on who they are, not the potential of who you see them to be.
Right. Or who you want them to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I need to remember that always. And that's hard to remember.
It is. It's very hard to keep that in
and
the back of
especially
your
when
mind.
there's feelings involved. Like, that's hard. But,
Well, so me and Christy both have daughters, and we see them dating. Mine too. And like we see what they're going through, and we're like, we want to shake them and say, no, this is not how it should be. But at the same time, it's like I'm yelling at them, and I'm like, I'm doing the same thing too.
Right.
well,
So I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I'm automatically a
you're like,
hypocrite.
how can I fault you when I did that?
Yeah.
right.
And that's one of the biggest things I think I've thought about even in the past year. And I know I've talked to you guys about this, is that what kind of, if I go back to that, right? And it's not like, oh, it was abusive. It wasn't anything like that. But like, let's say I go back to what it was. What is that showing my kids? Like,
Right.
I don't want them to think they don't deserve everything that they want in a guy or a relationship or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's tough, and raising kids now, and especially girls, is hard. It is hard because I feel like there's a different standard for what guys are now.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be years ago. Like I don't know. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but like
They
it
used to be
doesn't
raised.
seem like
They used to be raised as gentlemen,
yeah, and I don't feel like
respectful, and there's not. I mean, they're out there.
Yes.
They're just very few and far between, and it takes a lot of work to find
Yep.
one. And they all have their faults, but you want someone who was raised with respect and raised to act as a gentleman
And who communicates and
The-
where you can like talk
Yeah.
to each other and with each other, not just
Yes.
at somebody.
right.
Where they can where you can both talk and listen and hear each other. Like comprehend each other.
Yes.
That's the word.
Yeah. Yeah, listen to comprehend. Don't listen to just respond back. Listen to actually understand the other person. I think with
Yes.
each generation,
We lose it.
it's gotten less and less. But like people are having kids younger and younger, and they're not fully developed or fully matured or fully whatever, and they don't know how to teach their kids to act with respect and act with, hold the doors and use your manners and do all these things. And it's sad. It is sad. It is very sad that this is what it's come
That's
to.
why when I see like a kid that you can tell that they just have their head on straight, like they have a good head on their shoulders. That's just so refreshing to see.
Yes.
So nice to
Bless
see
you.
when it's guy, girl. I don't care what the person is. Like it's just so nice to see when somebody is actually like a human being, not just social media obsessed.
Yes.
Because social media is not real.
Yeah.
You can put anything on social media. It doesn't mean that's how you are or your life is. I mean,
That's what causes a lot of issues.
yes.
I mean, just with the generation growing up and just being in friendships and relationships.
Yeah.
You're posting this whole world out there. That's not the world you're living in.
Think about how much social media has impacted us in our 40s dating.
Yeah.
Like, social media wasn't a thing when we were young.
No, you
There
met
was,
people
there were-
out in the
We
world.
didn't have cell phones all on us.
No, you had to go to the mall.
I had a beeper.
I mean, the closest thing to dating online was AOL chat rooms. And even that was
That's
like,
how I met.
Yes. AIM chat rooms.
How I met.
you had the door open, the door would close, you'd go in the chat room. But you'd be in there
And
with
there were
all these other
you
people.
do not know you did not know who those people were. There were some chat rooms out there that were
Oh, there were some
quite
sketchy
risque
ones.
and very sketchy. Yes, and you had no idea who you were
But
talking
you never
to.
exchanged phone numbers.
No.
You never did
Mine was
any
a
of
local
those.
one. Let me read. Like,
It was-
yes,
Yes.
I met my ex-husband through there, but it was a local one. We'd met once
Yes.
prior. Like, wasn't a random chat.
Yep. But now it's like you're on 50 other dating apps.
And everybody's on the same apps. And then there's those pages about, are we dating the same people? And
Which doesn't help
it all
either.
impacts everything. And then seeing people on social media who they appear to have these perfect relationships and they don't.
No,
Like
they only
those-
share the happy stuff. The smiling pictures,
Yep.
the happy school pictures,
Yeah.
the smiling, oh, we did this and we went out here and we had such a great trip. And
Yeah.
you only see that when
None of the
behind closed
conflict,
doors,
none of the-
there's yelling and fighting and all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
And look, we all share happy shit. I know
Yeah.
not everything that I share is happy. I've gotten to the point, and not everything that I mean, I share stuff that
I
hits,
like.
I think, both
Yeah.
sides for me.
I share it
will
for me.
share, yes, and I will share sometimes what's going on with my life. It might be vague, and I'll admit my mental health is not the greatest all day, every day. It's impossible for me. So if I'm having a bad day, the shit that I share is going to be probably dark. Okay, well, guess what? Tomorrow it might be great.
Yep.
That's just me, and honestly, I don't care if you don't like it. You don't have. You could just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Feel free to unfollow me. Feel free to unfriend me. The trash takes itself out. Bye. Like, if you don't like what's on my page, feel free to leave. But I've become more in tune with my feelings and sharing things that I agree with, things that I like, things that don't always match my situation, but sometimes parts of it will match my situation, and I put it out there. And that's where I'm at. That's the older I've gotten, the more I don't care
So
about that. Like it's not the most important thing in my life.
no, agreed. What I put out there for myself, for my family, or for people who I don't see every day.
Right.
I don't put it out there for random people. Like, yes, I have, I think my Instagram now is public, but it was private for the longest time. And I put it out there for people who I know. Same thing, Facebook, it's just people I know. But I had somebody say to me, because we didn't agree on social media, that I was obsessed with social media. And I said, that's hilarious, all because I wanted relationship status put on my social media, meaning my Facebook, not anywhere else. Because this was someone who I met through Facebook dating. So to me, you're on a social media platform to meet somebody. Once you've met somebody, I'm guessing you've taken it off. And it wasn't like we were in a relationship for a week. Like, we'd been in relationships for months, right? I've been in a relationship for months. And it became an issue. And when they said that I was obsessed with social media, it really pissed me off. Like, because my issue is that if you're not willing to put something as simple as, oh, you're in a relationship, then what are you hiding?
Yeah.
Right?
You should be proud to.
And they said, oh, well, you have to post things all the time. I have things I've never posted. Like, things that I'm very late to post, things I don't post at all. Like, I'm like, no, I really don't. Like, I don't post every time I go out. I don't post every time I do something. I post randomly when I feel like it.
I've seen like some of your photo dumps or something.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, this was
last
from
month
November or something, and you just all the photos from all that month of
or if
the
I'm
things that you did.
And I honestly, this is the way I use social media. Like, for something like that, it's usually I'm having a crap day, so I'm gonna go relive the memories and pick 10 because that's all I can put right now. Even though other people can put 15 or 20, I don't get it. But like, I pick 10 memories that make me smile or made me laugh or like give me a good memory, something, where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that day. Like, something that helps me. And then I know, like, my kids see it and they like it too, or you guys see it and like maybe you'll be like, oh, I remember that, or like something like that. Like, that's why I post. I want to post for me. I want to post so I can go look back and go, oh, that was a year ago, or like whatever.
Yeah, I love when what was it? We went to see Boys to Men.
Yes,
at one of the casinos.
Yep.
And I love when that picture pops up because it's the whole big group of us.
Yep.
Which, everyone's got their own lives, so it's not this whole big group anymore. But I love when that picture comes up because that was a great memory.
Great memory.
We all went up there the whole night. We drank, we ate, we went to see Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dancing.
I mean, it was just it's a great memory, and we were all there, and we all have this picture of all of us together. It's just one of those things that I'm like, oh, I love that. And every time I see it, does it make me a little sad that the whole group is not, is not as close? Yes. But I get that we all have our own lives and we've all moved in our directions. And at some point we'll crisscross again.
Yeah.
But we have that one thing, that one memory that we all have with each other. And I love when that shows up.
Every year when the winery memory comes up.
With the barrel going down the hill.
I didn't even have to say anymore. There's many winery memories, keep in mind. But
that's the one that sticks.
Yes.
So like those kind of things. Like,
yes.
Like those make me laugh. And I like, if I go on my page, if I'm having a crap day or whatever, I can just scroll and look and see it for me. Yes, I could go in my camera roll, but it's going to take me a really long time to get to some of that.
Yes. Yep.
So for me, I post and I do things on social media for myself, for my kids, for my friends.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of my kids, so I've been posting on TikTok recently. And I know.
I've liked a couple of your videos.
Yeah. So, and they're for me. They're just because I'm having fun. And it's so funny because my daughter was like, Mom, what are you doing?
You're so embarrassing, Mom.
My friends see
wait,
it.
she likes the video. I'm like, if you don't like it, don't like it. I was like,
Just
you
keep
don't have
scrolling.
to.
Just keep
She
scrolling.
goes, but it's you. I have to support you. Like, I was like, no, it's okay. If you don't like it, you don't have to. If I'm
I'll support,
embarrassing
then
you don't have
criticize.
to. But I
Oh
find
my
it
God.
hilarious because I'm doing like, most of them are just voiceover things.
Yes.
Or like the
Yep.
filters kill me.
Oh, I love some of the filters.
Because they're so unrealistic.
they really are.
Like, I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous. Like, this is what I look like, guys. Not what's on TikTok. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, total catfishing on TikTok.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm like, this is bonkers. Like, I can't believe some of the
Yes.
filters.
When I first got on
Because
TikTok,
some of them actually look decent. Some
They
look
do.
crazy wild.
some
but
of them, yeah, but some
some
of them are
look
really,
decent.
and they look natural.
Yes.
Like you could actually look like
like
that.
right, like, oh, I
Yeah.
could do my makeup that way. So
Yeah.
like, there is one I like that I think I used in the protein video because I hadn't done anything that day. And my daughter was like, but you have a filter on. I was like, yeah, because I'm over 40 and hadn't done makeup or nothing that day. And she's like, but mom, I'm like, what?
It's okay. It's all right. I used to.
I
do
was
a
like, I
lot of
could do
duets.
that with my face if I wanted to.
Right.
Like, I'm promoting the product, not my
Yeah.
face.
Exactly. But I wanted my face to look
Yes.
decent.
Yes. I used to do a lot of duets when I first started on
Yep.
TikTok.
I remember that.
Because they were hilarious. You don't really see a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of opportunity
Yep.
to do duets anymore, which makes me a little bit sad because some of them were pretty good.
Make them up.
But yeah, I don't know. I really should.
Duet your
I
own.
should. I should.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been having fun on it. If I find a sound bite that I'm like, oh, that's funny, I do it.
Yeah. Yep. That's how I was with the duets.
Pretty
I was like,
much
oh,
how
I'm
it
going to do
is.
this. I'd have to watch it like 5, 6, 7, 8 times to get the words down. And then I'd have to record it like 5, 6, 7, 8 times to get like, because you have to do it like perfectly.
I like the ones where they have sounds in the background, the songs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, do you know this song or whatever, and you have to sing to it.
Yes. Or like you can't dance,
Right.
like don't
Yeah,
dance
yeah, yeah.
or don't
That's
don't
fine,
dance or
'cause I ain't
sing.
dancing
I love
anyway.
those. Oh my
But
gosh.
like no singing, or the ones like, oh,
Some
like
of
you
those
have
are really
to sing
hard.
the songs. But I feel like I'm cheating because I've heard it. Like I've watched
Yes.
the sound bites,
Right,
so now I'm like,
yeah,
well, yeah, now I
yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm cheating now.
Some of the ones that are making me feel like really old are the ones that are like songs that turn 45
Oh my
in
God.
2024, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
It
old.
was
Like I'm not
songs that
Holy
turn
cow.
20 or 25
Yeah.
in 2024, 25. I can't remember.
It's
But it was like
crazy.
Bye 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 was on there. And what was the other one that I was so... Oh, Who Let the Dogs Out?
Mm.
Oh
and I
my
was
God.
like...
I'm like, how was that old? That was just
that
like
old.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, and then someone posted, there's a TikTok about if you were born after 1989, or before 1989, you're older than Google. I think it's 89. Might be wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
older than Google.
Google,
And
yeah.
I'm going,
Yep.
Yeah.
Google's not that old, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here because I was born
I'm
in
thinking
1980.
like Google is like 2000s, but no, it's not. And I'm like, how is
So I
that
saw a
not?
TikTok during the whole Mike Tyson thing, and this girl was like, her boyfriend
fight
was
was
explaining that he hasn't boxed in like 20 years.
Yeah.
So she goes, oh, so he hasn't boxed since like 1980? And he's like, no, since the 2000s. She goes, no, you mean like 1980?
Because
And
20 years ago is still
was
1980.
And she's like he was like, what are you talking
Then
about?
I'm only
like, that's
24,
20 years.
guys.
Right? And I'm sorry, I used to play the Nintendo game, the boxing, whatever, I forget, Total Knockout or
Yep.
Knockout or something, and it was Mike
Mike
Tyson was
Tyson.
on there, and like I
Yep.
used to play that
played
game.
Excite Mike
Oh, I
and
never heard of that one.
Icebreaker. I still love
I
Icebreaker.
never heard of that. I never heard of those, but we had the knockout, and it was Mike Tyson and all the big name boxers fighting these people, just random characters. But oh my God,
That fight was awful.
was it? I heard
Awful.
It was like slow
I heard
motion.
bad things
The
about
entire
it.
fight.
It
Like,
was
slow
awful.
motion.
Oh,
Mom, I think
Okay.
what's wrong with this mirror?
Mom life.
mom life. man. It's only 20 after 8. She can cut this out, right? Oh my god. Yeah, some of the stuff is crazy.
Careful.
A little bit of editing.
Yeah. Little editing.
No worries, it's fine. I mean, we're at 40 minutes already, so
So
I didn't even expect it to go
Here,
this long. I was
I'm
thinking
gonna
we were gonna be like
stop it.
35 minutes.
I'm gonna stop it.